It's okay.
Got no Holbrook Arizona, Holbrook Roadrunners.
Keep moving.
Fight hard, study well, eat and sleep plenty.
Must be masters in the art of peace in addition to the art of war. I love the sun music. There's a lot coming.
John, beat him up. Beat him up.
Dark is super explosive.
You can't fucking hit him in the head. Nah, he ain't gonna be there.
Love your enemy. Love everybody around you.
Regardless to winning or losing, he's coming to fight and he's gonna fucking hit you.
Oh my God. I'm sorry.
Please never think because I'm merciful that I am soft. That's it.
Yes, sir. We are back, man. MMA Underground. We are back at it. We live. It's Wednesday, and man, I'm in the building with the one, the only flyweight champion of Streetbeefs West Coast, the one, the only, Dark, in the building.
What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing?
And we got a special guest co-host today, former opponent of Dark's, also a monster out here on the West Coast. We have the one, the only D-Ploy in the building.
Well, thanks for having me here. Let's go. Excited.
Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. How y'all feeling tonight, man?
Doing all right, man. Just clocked out of work maybe
great.
30 minutes ago.
Okay,
Ahead,
okay.
bro. I think there's a slight delay between what we're saying.
It might be.
Yeah,
it might
the
be.
audio is a little weird. I don't know if it's just me, but we'll make it work.
Yep.
What
So
was you up
shit,
to today,
man.
D-Ploy?
What was that?
I was just seeing how your day was, how you were doing today.
Oh, my day's pretty good. Not too much happens today with the rain and stuff. I mainly just be door dashing these days, so I haven't been able to really get out and stuff. But I read some of my Bible and just been chilling. Been good. Recovery. All good stuff.
Dope. And how you feeling, champ?
Shit, we good. I won't, talk about a little bit on camera, but some personal engagements came up yesterday, so my shoulder's a little fuckety, and I got a couple scrapes to my knees and my hips and shit, but we good. So ended up turning out with an ankle break, so it ends up turning in my favor.
Or what happened? Or you don't want to speak on it?
Just personal situation. Somebody decided to get fry with me and wouldn't stop when I asked him to stop. So I fucking shit happens. Ankle lock and a break.
Well, was this like a training scenario situation or?
Nah.
Okay.
Nah.
Well, You know, sometimes people got to learn the hard way. And then sometimes people never learn. So,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah. That second part.
yeah, yeah. Let's redirect and get back to you though, man. I mean,
Yeah.
last time we spoke to you, I believe it was right before your title fight against Wama,
Yes,
and
sir.
here it is, several months later. You've had several fights since then. But go ahead and walk us through that fight in particular in which you became champion.
Yeah, yeah. So, leading up to the fight, I gotta say there was a couple of things that kind of started getting to me in an emotional capacity, and that never works to my opponent's favor. Um, as much as respect I have for Wama's one of the people that actually influenced me to join the West Coast. But I'm nosy, you know what I'm saying? So I was watching the podcast with you and 619 and himself, and was just listening in on how he'd been out for a little bit and enjoying his hobbies, and myself included. I enjoy my hobbies. I fuck with Wama, you know what I'm saying? All respect. And the thing that kind of pissed me off was he said if it goes 3 rounds, then it'll come down to who's the better boxer. And without sounding cocky in any capacity, like anybody can get hit with a lucky shot and you go down. But uh, thus far, despite fighting up in weight class, uh, nobody has like stopped me. So it's always either gone to a decision or not. So um, I took offense. I took offense, but in like a healthy manner. You know what I mean? So um, like I appreciate the fact that he underestimated me. That's one of my favorite fucking things to happen. And I was emotionally tapped as well because it's you're about to fight for a title shot. It might not mean much to anybody else because it's just street beefs or it's just whatever you may hear from people in different fighting organizations. But not only did it mean a lot to me to actually drive to that point in such a small time frame, but like I take pride in what I do. You know what I mean? Like I fucking work hard. So like bringing my brother's ashes with me, one of the first trips that I've had with him, took him with me, and it was just an emotional situation. So a lot of my driving core of my person, my faith, my love for my family, a lot of this was carried into the ring with me, and I kind of learned not only just like having a prayer to myself, but one outside the cage, just outside the doors. And I feel selfish for not having done so before that, but I don't care if I don't care if you believe in God, the universe, Allah. I don't care who you believe in, but there's just a capacity of like uh, a faith can carry you in a way that is helpful. You know what I mean? So, and I feel my Christ everywhere that I go, and especially into the cage, resolving problems beforehand emotionally before you step into that cage is always going to be helpful. So should have in a moment of silence for myself, and then stepped in the cage, and I meant to do business. And I worked hard for the 2-3 months leading up to that. I had another fight previous to that, but my homie Joe was getting ready to leave the Air Force, and I wanted to put in the work with not only him, but just like I only had a certain amount of time left with my like my good training partner, somebody that's been putting the good work in with for a long time. So
Was it the guy that I met who fought that day as well?
big ass dude, yeah, yeah,
Okay,
Joe, yeah,
Joe,
he.
Big Joe. Shout out Big
Mhm.
Joe.
So I don't know, man. It was just emotional and a lot of shit. Like that was the last time that I could show my homie before he goes to the Air Force what I'm here to do. He actually showed up in person, showed up for his own fight. So put in the work, and something somebody said to me previous to that was just like, bro, you can't be apologizing constantly. Or you kind of come off as a victim type shit. And it's like, I gotta understand that as a negative capacity, but sometimes like people that have been through shit are the craziest fucking animals you want to step in the cage with. So I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that that's not, you know, may have been a case, but I ain't no fucking victim no more. And, like, that shit stopped a long time ago. As a child, that shit was no longer gonna happen, and I put that shit in my own hands. So it's just a lot of emotions that day, bro. So it was a lot. It was a lot. So took the belt, went home, had another family reunion without my brother and shit, and it's just like being able to take the belt home with me felt good. So I was gonna take the time off between October until January when I was gonna come back, but I had the pleasure, the absolute pleasure of hanging out with some of the Polish film crew. I had them come up, you know, up to Holbrook, and they were chilling with me. You know, introduce them to some American food, some chimichangas,
And
and
real quick for the audience, just in case they're not aware, uh, Warner Brothers Poland has reached out to Streetbeefs West Coast, and they've been doing some filming, doing some documentating, and we're going to be a part of the overall Street Beefs documentary that they're working on. That'll be out when it's announced. But they're working on that, and you're saying that you had the pleasure of showing them some chimichangas for
yeah,
the
yeah,
first
yeah.
time.
So some interview stuff happened, like putting aside all the all like what is Dark hasn't even been here that long. What does he need? Like talking to these like it was just an emotional thing for me. Like I have major imposter syndrome. Like I shouldn't be around doing the shit in the first place. But I mean, I fucking work hard, and there's a reason that they chose the fighters that they did to interview. And I mean, I'm very proud of all of us in the Street Beefs West Coast and the Street Beefs organization as a whole. Everybody who carved their path the way that they have, I'm very proud of you all. Like from the top down, even people that didn't get their interviews. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like you didn't deserve one. I'm not saying I deserve one more than you. It's all love. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like a situation of like I'm gonna relax and do the filming, not go back to fight. But these guys were like, we need more footage of you fighting. We want to go back to Vegas to catch more footage of other people fighting. We want to get more interviews. So they paid for me to come out. So I mean, I showed up, but genuinely was not happy with myself because I was getting ready to leave. Not me leave, but my buddy Joe was getting ready to leave to the Air Force. So we spent the whole month just drinking and partying and fucking vibing, bro. So I wasn't training. I was running, making sure that he was able to run, but I just wasn't training. Like I was relaxing. I was gonna relax until mid-November. Actually, just last week when I came back from Legion's Con, and I was gonna start training again. But I mean, I got the chance to fight. I'm gonna fight. I love this shit. It's just in my bones. So I got the chance to fight the chef, and he had a spectacular appearance in the Street Beefs West Coast. He had a dominant MMA performance, and striking was fast. His movement's fast. His his grappling's good. He knows where he's at in the ring. You know what I'm saying? He's an intelligent, fighter. So there's the thought of, oh shit, I haven't trained to the best that I have. I'm only 128. He's 140. Got 12 pounds on me. It ain't shit. Let's go. So realizing that he was going to be a smother fighter from the jump was kind of understood. Like I knew he was going to tangle a lot. He was going to grapple a lot. Not grapple, but, tie up the arms and shit.
Yeah.
So I was expecting that. But I ended up losing to the chef. And it's like,
Let me know when you're
came
ready to
down
go
to
out there.
one more time.
Oh no, you're good. Keep going. Keep going.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah, we're good.
So No, I ended up losing the performance. It came down to a decision. It sucks losing altogether. You know, you build people that are, watching your shit, and you have
Certainly
like
not.
you hate to let people down. You know what I'm saying? So what up, Shorty? So
Mhm.
yeah, those two, Gorilla and the Chef, they're coming to murder. They're coming to do some good work. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up losing by decision. It sucks to lose by decision. But I had Scarface ref both of my fights. I was gonna try to go for 3 fights. Third one didn't end up happening, but I had him ref 2 of my fights that day, and that was spectacular. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's surreal to be able to start as like an 8, 9 year old kid watching the shit and then get into the cage, and then this dude is, you know,
That's pretty
in the cage
awesome.
with you. It's pretty fucking sick. So
Yeah.
I'm super humbled, and you know, like it was cool. But I had a second fight. I came originally dressed as Ryu, and these Polish guys kind of low key pissed me off a little bit because I put the fucking costume together, and
Hmm.
they were like, "Oh, we can't have you wear it. We don't know the trademarks and shit." And I'm like, "All right, whatever, whatever. I won't wear it." I was pretty shitty about it, but I got in the cage anyway. Still here to fight. I'm not here to dress up. So, fucking second fight rolls around. It was kickboxing. So I told him, I'm like, fuck that, dude. Like, I'm gonna be able to throw kicks and shit. Like, I'm putting my gi on. Let's go. So I had Shinigami tie my gi for me, and Shini's cool. Like, he's a character for sure. Like, he always gonna put his foot in his mouth sometimes in the chats. Makes it worse on himself, but he's funny, man. Like, he's got his head where it needs to be. He's still learning and shit. So uh he was cool. He was cool to interact with. But took the kickboxing match. So I've done Muay Thai, kickboxing, and boxing. Um, I may step into the MMA, but I'm not doing any of these. I'm gonna stick to boxing. Like, I like having the ability to show you guys what I can do, but that's not my priority. I want to get better at my boxing. I want to stick to my boxing. Um, I just like showing people that don't think that I can kick, or don't think that I can wrestle, don't think that I can knee and grapple. I love showing people that I can do some shit still. But
Yeah, man. I mean,
I was
you had it.
sloppy.
Go ahead, D-Boy.
I wasn't saying nothing. Oh,
Oh,
but
that was me. I was just
Oh,
saying I was sloppy during that kickboxing match because I was fucking drinking and shit during the whole time. So you start throwing kicks, and that midsection's not as easy to manage cardio wise.
fucking yeah, man. Your intake prior to the fight, that does play a role. But I was just gonna say, man, uh, not too many fighters do that where they venture out and they showcase, various styles. You know what I mean? So I think that's really dope. And then to be, a champion at that and still be willing to do that, regardless to the fact, not too many people would be willing to do that. And I think that's dope once more.
Cool.
Um, Now, with that being said, we're talking about different styles and whatnot. Uh, 2026, Streetbeefs West Coast will be integrating with dirty boxing,
Yeah.
a
ooh,
variation of dirty boxing, bare knuckle boxing, or dirty boxing, not bare knuckle, but a variation
yeah.
of dirty boxing. So I'm interested to see if that's something that you're going to be getting into or not.
See, I'm gonna respectfully bow out of the dirty boxing strictly because of the fact that, like, like, I work my elbows in the gym with my homies, but like, getting elbowed in the fucking face, like an axe elbow to the face for free, Street Beefs is fucking cool. I love you guys. Everybody who decides to do that, all respect. But I'm not I'm not doing all that. I'm not gonna have you guys like. There's people who've been training Muay Thai specifically for a long time who will see me hop into the ring and do some dirty boxing and be like, I want to elbow the fuck out of Dark. I'm like, that's cool, bro. Like, hop in the boxing ring with me.
Mm.
So, I mean, that's
I can respect it, man. I can respect it.
stick to our own field. Dirty boxing is genuinely like, as far as like fun, you know, shit with street beefs goes, like that shit to me is like, someone's gonna knock my fucking teeth out, or somebody's gonna fuck my shit up genuinely with an elbow. I'm more afraid of the elbows than anything else. Not that I'm afraid of some shit.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I'll
yeah.
take an elbow, but it's
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 the
just
damage.
cautionary. You know, I'm
Yeah.
I feel
26.
you, Dark. I feel you on that, but I'm not gonna lie. With you against people in your weight class in dirty boxing, I feel like you would dominate in dirty boxing for real.
Hey,
Just the way
I
you fight
appreciate
and the
that.
way you're built,
As
I
I
a
feel like you
fan,
would
the
dominate.
style fits you as a fan.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. But I get
it
it.
Not
You
gonna
know,
does.
as a
lie.
fighter, I get it. You know.
It does, and it comes down to this, bros. Because like I fought people in the streets, and I've like genuinely hurt people, and that's why I don't like. That's why you always hear the "I'm sorry's," I'm the "oh." It's because I've genuinely hurt people, and I don't like that shit. I've been hurt myself. It's not cool, but I love combat sports more than anything.
Yeah, I got you, bro. Hey, man, and it makes sense. You know, everyone has to. You know, they have to go according to what suits them and what feels right. You know.
Yeah, yeah. Like if
And
I were to fucking drop an elbow on someone's eye and get another orbital break on somebody, that shit it genuinely makes me nauseous, dog. I didn't mean to cut you off.
no, no, no. I agree. I agree. Yeah, especially, you know, it's one thing to say like, you know, I'm going into a fight with the intention to destroy, and then you actually do it, and you have to sit there and look at that person, look at the body. You know, like, yeah, I've been in that scenario too, where it's like, fuck.
I'm like, God damn it, bro. Like I didn't mean to hurt you that bad. My bad, bro. And I gotta pay for shit. I gotta pay for your face now. Not cool.
uh,
I
D-Ploy,
saw Bushido. Yeah, I
you
saw
got any
Bushido
questions?
Zen pop up with something about my spiritual awakening. I don't want to talk too much on it. I think that's definitely that something I could talk more on at another time. But I wanted to ask Dark a question when it comes to you and your training and just martial arts in general. How does your spiritual growth and your spiritual journey tie into that and your growth and how does that apply to your martial arts growth?
So,
Great question.
um, genuinely, bro, like you're stepping back into times when I was like a teenager, and teenagers, you know, all around, bro, you're gonna have like your own questions and your own, you know, curiosities as far as, you know, faith and everything in between. So realizing as a child that the shit that I fundamentally understand to be the truth, which is being nice to people, being understanding of one another, making sure that the orphan, the woman, and the hungry are fed and clothed and you know taken care of, that it gets convoluted by groups and individuals. You start stemming away as a youth from an organized situation to like actually understanding like different cultures and shit. So just understanding that like Buddhist culture and like they have like there's a bodhisattva that like literally if you've seen it, there's a it's in Indian culture and in Chinese culture where it's a woman with her arms lifted and there's like 1,000 arms. So what this person did is they reached Buddhahood, which is reached the level of enlightenment where there's like not a there's a misunderstanding in Western culture that it's like a deific status, but it's more like a it is kind of, but it's like it's ascending to heaven. It's being able to be one with oneness with everything. So you're part of the universe. You know what I'm saying? So this woman gave up her status as bodhisattva to help out every person on earth. So until every person on earth was not hurting, she is bound to the earth. Like she's not giving herself the ability to reach Buddhahood, right? So even if I don't understand this culture, and even if I don't agree with this culture fundamentally, I'm a Judeo-Christian. I'm a Christian. The Judeo thing gets a little weird now, but I'm not going to talk about that. Fucking like understanding that overall across multiple cultures, that genuinely being good to people, realizing that we're kind of universally the same, and like looking at the points in history where there's like legitimate proof of certain individuals being around, it's really hard to like not recognize that. I don't know, man. You just got to be the best person that you can to everybody, and you'd be all right. That's all it is, really. Like universally, that's what it is. So coming back to realizing that sometimes words get perverted, and that through translation, through thousands and thousands of years, and through people hiding their scripture alongside weaponry inside of walls, that went undiscovered for generations, there's a potency to not what people are saying nowadays, but to the belief and understanding that if you are good to people, you'll be fine. You'll be all right. So like kind of going through the shit that I went through as a kid, going through the shit that I went through as a teenager and as a young adult now, it all just kind of lines up. Like there's no discrepancies there. And martial arts has always been a part of my life. Christ has always been a part of my life. And understanding that there's powerful warriors throughout biblical times and otherwise that have, they've had their fallacies, they've had their failures, but overall, as long as you maintain a structure of the same shit, you just be good to people. Be good to people. Make sure you can protect your own. You good. I don't know. I went off a fucking tangent there.
No, you good. You good. But in terms of what you just spoke on, how does that apply to your martial arts journey? How does
Yeah, that's
does your
How does that?
spiritual journey and martial arts journey intertwine?
mm,
I feel like genuinely, bro, I've been able to reach more people like that. I'm not out here trying to preach. That's not what the attempt was. Like I didn't show up to Streetbeefs to preach, but the events that have played out over the course of me being around and the course of me being like a youth and seeing the things that are going on, like you have to say something. And like just saying something before literally whooping someone's ass or getting your ass whooped for some reason has some kind of impact. Like you can see the response in comments, you can see the response in people when they come up to me at events and like, bro, like I fucking appreciate everything that you're saying. Like, and that's weird for me. Like that's not something that I'm familiar with, is people being appreciative like that. So I'm like not super alienated by shit like that, but you speak the truth, and it is what it is. It's not going to inhibit nothing. Like they just go hand in hand because that's part of my life. Violence and Christ have always been part of my life. So it's just, you just go.
You're muted, D-Ploy. You got to unmute yourself.
yeah. The rain is going really hard right now. I didn't want to interrupt the podcast with it being noisy.
You good. You good. You good.
No, but I
That
like
was a
all of
good
it.
question. Did you have a follow up to that?
Yeah. So one big thing that I'm really like focused on too and interested now in my drive with martial arts is the tournament, because I don't know where I'm gonna go after the tournament. I don't know where I'm being called for martial arts, but I do know that with this tournament, I really do want to represent AZ really in a good way, and being chosen by Anthony, our team leader, is a big honor. So I just want to ask Dark, like, what's his big steps on preparing for that? he has a training plan in the works right now, or what he's gonna be doing for recovery, stuff like that.
Yeah. So I'm a broke boy. So I'm upfront with that. I told Wedo when he selected me as part of the team, like, hey, yo, I'm very honored to be selected. I love you guys, but I don't have the ability to like make it down for continuous training with all of you guys. And he's like, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Yeah.
figure it out. And whether it be being,
I can hear him
like,
too.
yeah, like whether Wedo is helping me out with getting down there, or if we're working on like a training session where I have you guys dragged up here to Flagstaff or Sholo or something, like I'm gonna be training with you fuckers. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have my buddy Joe left for the Air Force, so I don't have a consistent training partner that was to that degree of like consistency.
Are you still with your coach?
Yeah. My coach is still there, but your coach and your sparring partners are completely different individuals. Especially when
Yeah.
your coach is 250 fucking pounds. Like, of course, he'll let me pop in with another person who's like 220, but we're both on the same scale. So uh, having sparring partners is different because if you're just hitting a bag and you don't have anybody to like show you like where you're fucking up or like where your hands are dropping, or even just consistency of 10 minutes of sparring in a row, like if you just drill condition and you have another person alongside you to do that with you, it's tremendous. I'm going to be trying to drag my homie Case, who's been at the gym with me for longer than I have. He's just less consistent, so I'm going to try to drag him back in. But um I'm doing the road work. Of course, I got to recover. I'm going to take 2 weeks. I don't think it's going to need 2 weeks. So I'll probably take like a week and a half, 7 to 9 days, some shit. I don't know, whenever it isn't feeling fucked up. Because my shoulder, like I can't. I went to go to the gym yesterday, throw a hook, and I can't. Like I feel something wrong. So I'm gonna, do the motions, do the stretches and shit on the daily. Just make sure that I do my due, and then we'll get back to it when I can. So
No,
I'll,
definitely let it heal, let it recover. There's a shoulder injury that could last so much longer than what it should. If you're trying to train consistently with that same bad shoulder.
100%. So it's gonna be no more drinking, that's for sure. So been tapered, been doing my thing. Had a little bit of a time off, so got my vacations for the year in. It's gonna be the winter art. You know what I'm saying? Like first day of snow here in northern Arizona hit. So it's gonna
Nice.
be a lot of sweatshirts and long hours at the gym.
Yeah, I was just thinking that's more training and different type of training right there.
Sir.
Yeah. So running in the snow or something.
Uh, I'll run in the snow. I'll run, in the rain, whatever. I'll get it done.
Nice.
Yes, sir. That's one thing I
But
noticed
what?
about the guys. Oh, go ahead, D-Ploy. What you say?
Oh, I was just gonna ask what weight he's at and what weight he decides to fight at. If he's trying to bulk right now or cut, or if he's just trying to stay where he's at.
So with the fight team, they're talking about possibly having me go up in weight. So if it's a sliding scale, I'm probably gonna try to pick up as much weight as I can, but I got a fast metabolism, so I gotta eat consciously if I'm gonna like gain weight, and it's fucking miserable the whole time. But lifting will actually help me a little bit in that, but it's a weird medium that I have to maintain, because if I lift too much, then I start losing weight again. But muscle is denser than fat. I just don't have fat on me, so
I feel
it's just
that.
stupid. Yeah, start burning sweat and shit, and I think water is like a pound per 8 ounces, some shit like that.
So
16.
how heavy can you get and still be fight functional
Oh, that's
realistically?
a good question.
Fight functionally. I'll fight functionally at whatever weight that my body will carry me, because I'll make sure that I'm doing the reps and doing everything that I need to be. But
If you had
genuinely,
to guesstimate
yeah, I
realistically
can
today,
only get up to like 138.
okay, I was thinking
And
140. I was hoping 140. Okay,
yeah,
138.
yeah, my
That's
body
it.
taps out, like it just won't put on any more weight, and then I start losing flexibility. Like I'll start losing my shoulders, like ability
Yeah,
to.
yeah,
I'm not doing all that shit, bro.
yeah. And that's the thing is like the guys who have signed up as of now tend to be on the heavier side of the scale.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's still some time. And guys, if y'all want to get out there and scrap, simply sign up. The sign up sheet has been up, it's out. Streetbeefs West Coast on Facebook. Go ahead, hit it up. And
Who
yeah,
from
do that.
Nevada is in that 130 range for boxing?
As far as who signed up, I don't know. But as far as just in general, I mean, you've got
Pretty much
Wama,
fought everybody.
you've got Knight Rider, but he's
Night Rider's back.
no. I was just about to say he's
Okay.
gone. uh, you got Smokey. Um, Not too many guys, man. You got Smokey. I can't remember how much Buzzkill weighed. I want to say Buzzkill, but I think he's a little bit heavier.
Okay.
But
I know Juice comes in at 140.
I mean, he has. I don't think we're gonna see him that small next time we see him. If we see him, that's
Okay.
just my opinion. But Juice, that's a big boy. In the
He fucking
140s, he's not really. That's not a 140 pounder. You know what
no,
I'm saying?
when he's 140, he's fucking punching at 160 at least.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's naturally heavier. You can tell, and he's been out for a minute, so we haven't seen him for a while.
I thought he was
There,
supposed to come back and fight Broke Mark, but I think he hurt himself, didn't he? Had an injury?
I don't know what the story was. I just know we haven't
Uh,
seen him for a while.
for sure, for
Uh,
sure.
there was a point where there were two cases I remember where he was supposed to come back uh, for some good fights, but things happened. Uh, and like I said, I don't know the situation. But that's the thing is like finding people at that weight is very hard, man. I mean, there's my homie, what did he go by? El Nene Gallo, but he hasn't been back in a while.
Okay.
And last time he fought, he came in much heavier than his first showing. Um, yeah, man. I mean, we got Battleborn, but Battleborn hasn't been back in a while, and he's more in the 40s, 50s.
Yeah, Battleborn's a fucking. I think he's 145, 150.
He's
Because when Mortem fought
he's he,
him, Mortem
he's
was like
moved around.
136, and I know he was pretty tall. So I think he's gained weight since then.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't have to
But
worry.
it's just hard finding people, at that weight class, and who scrap,
A nadie toque su puerta. No es ilegal
so
porque no es ilegal.
Hey, brother, you're unmuted. I don't know if you meant to be.
he just hit it. I was like, whoa, where did we go for a second? But yeah, man. So what did we kind of when we opened up the show, we kind of went through all three of your latest fights, but I wanted to kind of get more of an idea of like each one individually and your thought of or your walkthrough of each fight. So like take us back to the Wama fight, uh, where you stopped him and you gained the title, and then we'll move to the fight with
With the chef.
Chef.
Yeah. So essentially hopped in the cage, did the niceties with the hugs and the glove taps, and it was game time. It was time to take the belt. So kind of was leaving my hands a little open just to see what he's gonna do, and popped a couple of feints that I reacted to that I shouldn't have. So I got a little pissed off, closed the distance pretty quick, and then we circled around the cage. Um, just kind of gauging where he's at. He had a couple of shots that I seen he was gonna throw, and then he didn't, and then he would throw. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna step in. I hit him with a body shot because I've been working on a lot of the. It's not a gazelle punch, but it's like a step in with the bottom with a rear hook, fucking boom, and hit him with the body shot and tapped him the second time with it. He went down, and I was pretty disappointed. I asked Tank, like, before the fight started, because I dropped a lot of weight, bro. Like, I worked hard for like those 2 months to get where I was gonna go. Because I'm normally comfortable at like 128, and they weren't gonna do the sliding scale for the belt. So like, I'm gonna be a fucking monster at 125. So I dropped down and I worked my ass off to get there. And I understand, difficulties getting there, but Wama showed up a little bit later in the day, and he didn't look like he was gonna weigh 125. So he clocked in at 123 point something, and I was like, Tank, bro, just like, even if before he clocked, I was like, even if he weighs below, bro, just I don't want to fucking take a belt because someone couldn't get in the ring. Like, let me just have this. And I wanted to fight with Wama for a while anyway. His fight with Pink Panther, his fight with Battleborn, they're inspiring to me. Like, I watched
Classics. Those are
yeah,
classics.
I watched the fuck out of those fights. So I was kind of disappointed when he dropped as quickly as he did, and I was sitting there fucking yelling at him. Like, come on, bro, let's fucking make more of a show out of this. Like, let's fucking go. I didn't fucking drive 5 hours for nothing, but I'm not gonna add that last part. And like, I'm trying to be cool. Like, I smoked a blunt with him before we fought, and like, I wasn't. It's not like some sabotage shit. I just smoke. I smoke all the time. I smoke before every fight. So it's my natural ritual. If he didn't want to do it, he didn't have to. I didn't force him. But we smoked before the fight, and I was kosher. We're chilling. But
Well, was there a complaint behind that, or
I don't think so. I think there was just like my own personal, like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have gotten him stoned because I wish there would have been more. Maybe I did whatever by getting him stoned or whatever. That's my own personal thoughts.
Gotcha,
So,
gotcha.
um,
D-Ploy, did you see that fight?
Which one is that? With Wong?
This is Dark versus Wama.
Yeah. That was a refight.
Well, what are some of your thoughts on that fight? Let's get.
Well, I think Dark definitely dominated a good, and I enjoyed seeing that. If I'm correct, he beat him in the second round, right?
first round.
Oh, the first round. Oh,
Yeah, it was
shoot. Okay.
within like 40 seconds of actually fighting, some
Yeah.
shit like that.
I thought it was very entertaining, especially when if this is the correct one I'm thinking about, you'd be doing the 8 count, and then you'd be like saying this stuff to the camera, and like I thought that was very entertaining, and it showed a lot.
Yeah,
But yeah,
the emotion at the end of the fight was definitely there.
he
The whole
dominated the fight.
I appreciate that, bro. I very much appreciate that. I fucking was tapped mentally when I went into that fight. So it's just like, I don't know, understanding that, like, I know I could hear Wedo yelling behind me because I dropped him the first time, and I told him, I'm like, bro, let's make a show out of this shit. Like, let's go. Like, I heard all of his friends yelling at him, And I'm also yelling at him like, get up, Wama, let's go. Like, let's fucking get this, bro. Like, stand up.
Yeah,
And
savage, bro. I could just
uh,
imagine you're fighting someone and then they're like, get up, come on, fight me more. Freaking
I,
savage.
uh,
That was
I was
entertaining. For
pissed.
sure.
I
I
tell
was
you that the
pissed.
body shots though, the body shots were nasty. You know, yeah, you could definitely hear and feel the impact on those. And yeah, I don't know too many people who could have just took those like that, you know.
He stood back up. I give it to him. He stood back up, and I hit him again with it, and then he didn't go down. So I seen his hands drop, and I was like, I'm sorry, bro. Like, I'm gonna fucking light you up now, because I fucking see his
Yeah.
forehead open. Like, don't ever expose your forehead to me. I hit
Mm.
him with and he fucking, it was, it was raps. So I was apologizing. I'm like, I'm sorry, bro. Like, I'm gonna fucking start you. Pop, pop. And then I walk away, and I could hear fucking Wedo. He's all, stop apologizing. And it just
Yeah.
reminded me, like, hey, yo, bro, like, sometimes people will think you're soft because of shit like that. And I'm like, please, bro, like, genuinely, as somebody who has some shit going on, don't think of me as a non-threat. Please do not think of me as soft. Please, you know what? I'm gonna scratch that. Please think of me as soft. Please come get in the ring with me. It's like, I don't know. I get sick and tired of hearing like, or even just feeling the vibe of somebody thinking they're gonna get an easy win. Like, I love that shit. I grew up with that shit my entire life. I've been small my entire life. You think I ain't absolutely beat the brakes off of some grown men when I was a small child? You're mistaken. So it aggravates me honestly when people are like, oh, don't be doing that shit. That shit's soft. I'm like, the reason I do that shit is because I've hurt people and I feel bad. It's all good though.
So let's move to the second fight, which was your first fight at the last event against the chef.
Yes, sir.
Walk us through that fight. You mentioned the chef had some pounds on you. He came in at like 140. You said.
Yeah. He came in at 140. I showed up at 128.3,
Okay.
and fucking, I was trying to put on the weight, but it was just like combination of trying to run and trying to get the cardio back to where it was needed, because I spent the entire month before and up until about 3 days notice that I was going to be fighting, partying, bro, just drinking, partying and shit. So there was remnants of alcohol still in my body. I'm still partying with the Polish. They fucking drink, bro. So they're like, hey, you want a shot of this black fucking crazy dark liquor? I'm like, yes, yeah, I absolutely will. And it's a Polish shot instead of an American shot, so it's like 2.5 shots. Yeah,
Oh wow.
cool. So I was still genuinely, I think if I'm not mistaken, I was drunk either the night before the fight or 2 nights before the fight. And it's irresponsible of me. It's not like, oh, this is an excuse. I hate that shit so much. But it's, you guys seen the performance. It's fucking sloppy. You know what I'm saying? It's not the dark that you're used to seeing. It's not the focus, the conditioning, the the I'm not gonna say the will, because the will's always there, bro. Like, I'm not gonna step out of the ring because I'm tired. Fuck you. But I was not where I needed to be physically.
This hasn't. I was just thinking. Not. I'm sorry to cut you off, but this hasn't been released yet. Your last two fights?
Yeah.
Oh shit, there haven't been. Okay,
No,
so
no, they haven't been released yet.
yeah. Peep the drops, dude. Like, anybody who watches this and understands like where my fights have been at in the past, you're gonna be disappointed in me. Like, I'm disappointed in me.
Mm.
So I was faded most of the month before and didn't expect to be fighting, but that's not an excuse. Like, I'll fight you in the streets when I'm drinking. So um
So
Fucking
don't beat yourself up, right? We know we need to prepare, right?
yeah.
And that it's came and went. So
Yeah.
moving forward, we know what we need to do.
Yeah.
Talk about the
Speaking
fight.
about the fight specifically though,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
like the motions that actually were, you know, happening during the fight was I understood that he was going to be doing a lot of smothering. He was going to be doing a lot of grappling. I knew he was going to be a pressure fighter. I don't have pressure fighters in my gym. I haven't fought other pressure fighters besides Mark, and he will still keep his distance and pop, 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 pop. But it wasn't something that I engage with on the regular. So trying to learn that on the fly and trying to figure out where I can sneak in. I didn't feel like I did awful. Like it didn't starch me. It still went 3 rounds for a reason. So um, there was a lot of pushing. There was a lot of like get one arm under you, try to push your head down. A lot of, and it's fine. You know what I'm saying? Like we're not in an official boxing capacity. There's a ref there that's going to mitigate that and do his thing. But it got to a point where there was just so much clinching, and it's like I'm also a pressure fighter. I'm still going to move towards you, but I always frame out my elbows to make sure I'm not grappling with you. Like I don't like that shit. So it got to a point where I was like fuck it, dude. I'm just gonna start slipping overhands and uppercuts, and those were landing. Those felt good. Um, like the after the clinch, the back step, and then the left hook. The when I fucking listened to my corner, it worked every single time. It worked. So there's understanding that like, hey, I might not have been doing this, but there's this, and this that I did do, and then there's this, and this that he was doing that I can capitalize on. So it's always a learning moment. You know what I'm saying? So got towards the third round of that shit continuously happening, and I'll admit I got sick and tired of being grappled. So I stepped over with my opposite leg and went to hip toss, and both went to the ground. So everybody was like, "Oh, that was now they wild," and I'm like, "All right, let's get back up." But it felt good. Chef had some solid head movement, but I felt like he wasn't giving me credit when I was tagging him. Like when I hit you and I see your eyes roll, you know what I'm saying? Like you can just be honest, hey, that shit hurt. And I told him, like when he stuck me, I'm like, oh, that was a good one. Like I'll always tell you when you hit me good if I think it's well enough to be exchanged during the engagement. Like that was a good shot. I hit you back with the same one.
That's
But
not for everybody though. That's
yeah,
not every fighter doesn't speak like that.
yeah,
So to expect that's on you.
that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
absolutely 100%.
Yeah.
Same thing
Yeah.
with the hugs, bro. Not everybody's for the hugs and the fucking fist bumps and shit before the fight, and that's something I have to understand and get over. You know what I'm saying? So, it's just like it's a brotherhood after the fight, but it's also like a brotherhood before the fight. To me, at least, is how I understood it.
Yeah.
But
Because if I'm operating in my prime state, I'm taking advantage of all of that you're giving me.
yeah,
Everything you've given me, I'm taking advantage of.
Yeah.
No diddy.
no, did and it's the same situation when I'm like, I know you're rocked, but my inability to take that double step because of how much my fucking stomach was rattling from the alcohol to capitalize on that second strike is definitely apparent. I'm like, fuck me, dude. Like I was upset during the whole fight, and then came to a decision, and I fucking lost. I was pissy. You know what I'm saying? Like you're always gonna be mad with yourself, but I'm like, ultimately, bro, like I'm not mad at anybody else. Like I scream, fuck, like a little child, but it's just like I'm disappointed in myself. I'm disappointed that I didn't put the work in. I'm disappointed that I was drinking. I'm disappointed that I didn't keep the focus, and instead I wanted the party. Because this should be, if I'm doing this, then this is what I should be doing, and that's
I
what it
think
is
that's
from
a
now on.
I think that's a great mindset to have. It just depends on where you focus that energy and like how you put that energy. Like you it's good. Like that's a great mindset. But now like when you get it and like don't bash on yourself for being like, "Oh, frick, man, like oh that happened." Like yeah, and now take it, learn it and use
And
it
adapt.
in your training and using your training, adapt in the fight. But your next trains you do for your next fights, now you know, like, okay, I'm not gonna do that again. That's
Yeah.
good.
1,000%. One
Because
thousand percent.
you're allowed to enjoy yourself. You're allowed to party and to, you know, celebrate what you've done, you're allowed to take a break, right? But if you agree to show up to fight, then you've created a contract.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then at that point, you got to honor the contract because you're
Yeah.
coming to fight
Let's get it
regardless.
on. And it'll always
Regardless.
be that. Anytime you see me sign up, I'm here to scrap. So it is what it is. Like, I love this. I'm here for it. And then the second fight,
Second
kickboxing,
fight that day.
second fight that day. I was supposed to have three, but I wanted to, you know, make sure that other people had their ability to crack with other opponents. I know
Freaking dog.
it is what it is, bro.
He's out here having 3-4 fights. When
I
I
try to
go
get
into
after
these
it, bro. I
events.
drive a long ass way, you know, like it's a
Oh,
long
that's
drive for
true.
me.
Yeah.
So I
But
try to make it worth it.
I go into these events, I'm like, man, I can't wait till I'm actually already done with this first fight. And so, like, I commend everyone and anyone that gets in and is like, I'm going to do 2 or 3 fights. Man, especially, like, when it comes to, like, Broke Mark, I knew that about him, that he be going into these events, and he fights in other events, too. And I thought about him. Like, he goes into these events thinking about 2 or 3 fights, and I'm like, man, he's going to be a dog. He's going to be a tough guy to take on because me personally, I like to get my one fight in and out. That's just
It's
me.
the rotation in the gym, you know what I mean? Like if you have like multiple people in the gym, like you can't sparring session is not regulated to those two, so even if you're fucking tired, it don't matter. If you did better against X, then you gotta go fight Y now. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter. So
Yeah.
I don't know, this level of fucking like fuck your tiredness and your exhaustion and get after it. That's how my fucking coach does us. So that's not
Oh,
something I
yeah. I
still
definitely
recommend.
respect it, but I always love to give my opponent my all. Like when you talk about how you're partying and stuff before a fight, my fight before Broke Mark, I mean, this is no excuse at all. He was the better man in the fight. My fight before Broke Mark, I barely trained. I went and hit the bag, and I thought that was good for me. I had this ego and this pride to me that like, oh, I'm built different. I'm just built different. So when I go into this fight, like, yeah, maybe I didn't train that much. Maybe I wasn't running and doing my road work. But you know, I'm built different. I could take on really anyone. And yeah, I learned that fight was like such a big learning experience for me. And like I felt kind of bad because I'm like, I wasn't able to give this guy my all, and I wasn't able to come in my prime and give him a worthy fight. And that's just my thoughts on that too.
I'll tell you in a respectful manner, bro. Like I was, and I'm sure you understand, because of the shit that I was yelling at you in the cage.
Oh
I
yeah.
wanted, I wanted to see you go further, and I wanted to see that. And understanding, you know, where you were at with your shit, I completely, you know, I could see where you're going with that thought process, but with like the the loss, right? After you lose, you get a certain hunger. You get a certain like, nah, fuck that.
Definitely. Was
So
definitely.
I'm excited to see you come back. I'm excited to
Yeah.
see you come back, see where it's at.
Thank you. And I never got to say thank you for the help you did give me and the motivation you did give me in my fight because I feel like I wasn't really getting much of that in that fight. I feel like he had a full corner full of people giving him all this advice. And I had a good corner full of recovery, but I didn't have no one in my corner like, hey, do this differently, do this. I was more like, okay. Get these towels on this guy and wipe him down. He's about to go into war again. He's about to
It
go
shocks you when you're like that, dude. When people are just
Keynotes.
like hitting you on a recovery, like it shocks you. You're like, oh, am I just getting my fucking shit rocked right now? Like, what's going on?
I was so tired. My arms, I couldn't throw punches.
But
Broke
see, these
Marcus
are
is dog.
keynotes, right? These are keynotes that you wouldn't have gotten had you simply won the fight. Had you
Yeah.
simply ran through your opponent, you wouldn't know all these little details that you need to know in the future, right? All
Mhm.
these things that you have to apply to become the best version of you, right?
Yep, exactly. Now when I get into a fight with someone that's a more high level fight, like where I'm higher level, this other guy's higher level, just more higher stake fights, or even with this tournament, it's pretty high stakes. We want to represent our state, right? So, now when I get into these fights, it's like, okay, make sure I have a good corner team. I'm gonna have
Yep.
people that are actually saying things in my ears that I could take in there. I'm gonna make sure that I'm feeling good. I'm gonna make sure I get good sleep. I'm gonna have the whole couple days before that scheduled. I'm not just gonna go show
Yep.
up, get 2 or 3
You
hours of
have to,
sleep,
bro. You have to.
and
You
and
Truly
can't
I'm
let
gonna
your
be
prepared.
fucking
training.
homies
I'm gonna
convince you
be
to do
training
some other
so hard.
shit. Like, you
And
have to fucking
mhm,
focus in on what you're doing. Like, it really sucks sometimes when you're trying to have a social life and
yeah,
that shit. But I didn't mean to cut
yeah,
you off.
yeah, yeah. But fighting's a serious thing, and like it goes back to what you were saying about like wanting to apologize to your opponents mid fight, or like even that time when you punched me and you rocked me in that fight, and then you gave me time to breathe. Like that's nice. That was awesome. But like, we're in a fight, and like the other guy, you don't know what these might be thinking. I am not violent. I pray before my fights that no one gets hurt. But you never know who you're gonna get into the cage with, where they're like, "I'm gonna hurt this guy.
I'm
I
trying to
don't
hurt this
like.
guy.
I'm gonna send this guy to the hospital." Like, there's fighters out there that I know of. I won't name that literally go in there with that mentality of like, I want to break this guy's face. Like, I want to break his nose. I wanna hurt him. So like we got to be careful, man, like especially when it comes to like training. That's just such a big part. So I don't know what you think, or how you been, what your focus on recovery has been. So I know there's always big talk on what we're going to be doing for training, how hard we're going to be training. But
Sure.
a big thing that I've been learning recently and that I've been applying to my training, which has helped me a lot, is recovery. So sleep and what I'm eating. So how has that been for you, Dark?
So thankfully, I went through. You're 21, right?
22 now, yeah.
22. So me and my wife have grown together since I was 17 and she was 16. So we went through a lot of like the years eating bullshit food. You know, she's also has her medical shit. So I have a fundamental understanding of what you should and shouldn't be eating as far as like inflammation and shit like that. My thing is I fucking love bread and like sweets and bullshit that I don't fucking need,
Me too.
and I'm already skinny as fuck. So those sugar reserves get stacked, and it you get exhausted fast. So just chicken and fucking potatoes and fucking and just some good wife cooking. I'll be honest, I get very spoiled. She didn't have a lot to do during COVID. She didn't have a lot to do up until probably about a year or two ago when she got her legs back, and she's like now just in the kitchen constantly. So I get some good fucking food. Like we got some chicken pot pie that she made out of like just scrap shit, and it's delicious. So
Okay, okay.
just some good food.
Hey,
So
what up? What up?
what's going on, brother?
Yeah, my personal opinion on like the sweets and the breads and all that. I love that stuff too, but I feel like as long as you're like keeping it to sort of like a minimum, like sometimes I pick out too, but like if you keep it to sort of like a minimum and then override it with the chicken, the
Yeah.
potatoes, and depending on what you're eating right before you go to bed because you want your sleep to be optimal. So just stuff like that.
Well
And
Bro,
said.
do you know that like your body has a hard time like processing food while you sleep? So if you can, you should eat while you're awake and like let your shit process while you're awake and then go to
hours
sleep.
before you go to sleep. Yeah.
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 All you need is water before bed. That's all you need, or something hydrating. That's it.
Amen.
Now that
Yeah,
is
bro.
something that like I fail at because I'll go to the kitchen and I'm like, motherfucker, I got all stoned and I'm like, I'll just eat this tortilla real fast. Fuck it. Go straight to
Something,
bed.
some little light. I just saw a tiny tank popped up and he said, asked what we're talking about. He's someone that would know a lot about a lot of this stuff,
Yeah,
especially
yeah. Tank's a
recovery,
wealth of information when it
changing
comes to
changing lifestyle, and
It's a lot of
that's
weight.
that's just
yeah.
basically, yeah, that's his transformation.
I think he's coming for your belt, Dark.
Oh
Ooh.
shit. He was fucking me
Joking,
up.
I'm joking.
He was
I'm
fucking
joking.
me up. That tiny tank protocol, bro, is 16 and a half minutes with a kettlebell.
Talk
And then
about
in
it.
between doing fucking work, dude, like just doing and then after that, he's like, all right, you ready for some
Fire.
sparring? Oh, all right, let's
That's
do
He
it.
had to wear you down a little bit, man. You know, you a little bit younger, so you know.
He made me feel good afterwards, though. He's like, you know, bro, like, you got shit you need to iron out, but I could see you in your head, like, stop thinking you aren't the shit. Like, you do the good work, but you're not as like you need to iron shit out. That's all it is. Thank you, bro. Martin, like, inherently, all you guys do a fucking tremendous amount of my mental health. I want you guys all to understand that. Everybody watching, everybody in the podcast with me, you guys do a fuck ton for me emotionally, mentally, spiritually. You guys do a fuck ton for me, so I appreciate you.
I agree, and both you guys, Dark, Samke, you've been a great part of my fighting journey. You guys are both like great supporters, and you guys are both um Dark. Our fight was like a great fight. Like I couldn't ask for a better boxing match. It was a cool fight, and it was cool to just become brothers like after that too. And
Absolutely. Smoke a joint and shit afterwards. It was good as fuck.
yeah, yeah.
That's
And
what it's about, man.
Samke helping me train and just supporting me and just giving me great words of encouragement and just a little thing like not it's not even a little thing but like big things like you saying at the beginning like it was like that Mercedes fight you're becoming one of my favorite fighters and just stuff like that it like pushes me to like do go to more towards greatness and not just be take this fighting thing a little bit less serious than I should.
Don't be a
Yeah,
slouch. You in it. Be in it. People watch you. People
yeah,
go back.
bro.
People still go back and fucking rewatch those first fights and make clips out of them, dude. Like,
Hmm.
Absolutely.
like the admins and shit still fuck with it. So keep putting the good work in, bro.
Yeah, man. I mean, both of you guys, man, in my opinion, rising stars. You guys came onto the scene, and it's been banger fights every single time. So, big fans of both of you guys. And you know, with you, Deploy, for me, it's a similar thing where I see a version of myself in you, right? Where you know I was at that point or that at that stage, and then when you look back and you can see another fighter, you know, uh, at that point in time, you can kind of help guide them on how to like navigate, right? For instance, like to be specific, you're very sharp, you're very precise, quick, powerful, but the battery, you're willing to drain the battery, and the battery drains quickly, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
that's on.
and it's because the performance is what it is every time,
Mm.
right? And we're not responsibly coming in conditioned to where we need to be. You know what I mean? So, and I was there. You know, I'm there right now. You know, and that's the beauty of this fight game, man. It's like it's always ongoing, and you can never get too good because you take a week off and you're just as bad as you were 5 years ago.
It's terrible, bro. Like you go back to the gym sometimes after like you say for instance, right? I took the fuck, who did I fight right before Wama? Was it AZ? The Muay Thai match? Yeah. So after my boy fucked me up, like it's not like his leg kicks macked my shit because I wasn't checking them. Like I was battered, son. And taking the time off to recover after that, you go back to the gym and some kids that are way less consistent than you, way less on top of their shit than you, and they're literally children, will get to fucking you up. And it was 2 weeks. Don't like you have to maintain something. Move your fucking head. Watch those little stupid little triangle pattern videos when you're at home. Like move your fucking head, bro. Like move your shit offline. Like do something. I don't know.
Absolutely, man. There's always some sort of training that could be done and it never has to be physical. You know what I mean? But there's always something that could be done hour to hour. You know what I mean? There's a way to look at whatever you're doing and apply fighting to it. You know, uh, just something as simple as the chore of washing clothes. You know, taking the clothes in and out the wash basket. You know what I mean? It's like, how can I pivot? How can I turn my elbow a certain way? Rotate my. You know what I mean? Like,
Or we going full Wing Chun?
yeah, though. You know,
Yeah.
yeah, that's the beauty of this thing. I love it, man.
I want to get some of
But,
those rings so I can work on those blocks. Like I don't know if you guys noticed that, but I grew up doing like Taekwondo and Muay Thai. So during the scar fight, bro, I threw an X block and that shit skipped off of my arm and then down my elbow. I was like, that felt fucking clean. And I hit him with another one in response. I want to start doing more of those kind of blocks because sometimes they work.
Those things are cool too. No, it's cool you bring that up too, because especially when I used to work in restaurants, because restaurants are one of those jobs where, especially dishwashing, I feel like that built a lot of my precision and my speed and that muscle memory is because you're doing the same thing over and over again, and people are moving, and especially when you're in tight spaces, especially the dishwashing. But when you're in tight spaces and people are moving around you all the time, or I'm bussing and I have to like be aware of my whole surroundings because you can't be bumping into people, you can't be bumping into customers. You're always bending down, getting stuff, and using like you have to bend down the right way because you'll hurt your back. And this amazing way you put it, like no matter like whatever your job is, whatever you're doing every day, learn how to apply your martial arts to that and learn to apply that to your martial arts. Because if it wasn't for my job experience, construction, uh, especially the restaurant business, if it wasn't for those jobs experience, half of who I am as a fighter would not be. I wouldn't be how I am. I wouldn't have that. When I was a dishwasher, that's where I learned to click that. What's it called? Flow state. That's where I learned the true
Mhm.
power of flow state. Because when you're in there and you're doing the same thing over and over again, you get the flow of it. You start moving like a superhero. You literally start moving like you're a super being, and it's a superpower. So I learned to apply that to fighting. And honestly, I have not even cracked much of the surface with that when it comes to martial arts yet, because I don't train like that with martial arts yet. I need to really lock down, really find if it's just like a coach that can sit there with pads with me and I can sit there and learn the pad stuff over and over again, which I think is very important. Because but like you can do that in sparring if you spar a lot, which is still risky. It's more risky to do that than just to do pad work with a coach. But if that's what you have to do, just do that over and over again. Get that flow state unlocked.
Well,
And when
see,
you,
there's something to be said about like touch sparring and light sparring and shit. I don't remember who said it, but it's
mm,
something that clicked immediately in our gym when we started talking about it in an open group. Is you have to maintain like a playfulness, right? Because when you're always super serious and you're always super hyper focused about like oh I can't get hit with this or I gotta respond this way or fucking I got hit hard so I gotta hit him back hard or whatever.
mm,
If you work on the motions of like here's where my hands need to be here and and you're not necessarily hitting each other, but there's a contact, there is the movements, and there's the understanding of an individual in front of you that's throwing punches.
it's a
So
good,
so long as there's an understanding and a level of hey, that was too hard, let's reset, let's take a couple steps, let's reset, boom, dot 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 dot, and let's get back to it. Now
yeah,
sometimes you have sparring partners that you don't need that and you can keep the same pace, you can tag each other and it'll work without taking each other's fucking head off. And in
yeah,
my opinion, it takes at least 6 months to build the relationship with a partner. Even if they understand it, they might not understand you.
yeah,
So getting tagged, tagging in return, and making sure that you maintain like an understanding of what like a 10% or a tap sparring is one of the most fundamental like growth points in the past year for myself. But
yeah.
homie's fucking gone now.
Yeah. It takes. I think it takes so much maturity on both sides to
Yeah.
to be able to do that touch sparring stuff. And I think when you do find the person that you can do that with, it's golden, and that's something you shouldn't take for granted for sure.
Yeah.
Facts. Facts. I think it's a good healthy balance of both, you know, the touch sparring, the light sparring, the medium and the heavy, you know, and
Yep.
balancing it out for, you know, what it is you're ultimately trying to do, you know.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, it takes a lot of intelligence and wisdom. Yeah.
yeah. And you know, it goes something to say again, you know, when you have someone who only trains under stressful environments versus someone who trains under calm, comfortable environment, you know, like uh you can see it show up in different ways, you know,
Mhm.
versus someone who has that balance between, you know, the two.
Mhm.
Um yeah.
Yeah, it's like what you were saying with me. Like I get in there and I put it all out there, and but that's because like especially at the beginning, I'm moving more towards the to a medium where it's good and I can get that medium in. But at the beginning, like I had this certain couple of people that I would spar with, mainly my best friend Miguel, and we would go off on each other, make each other bleed. But we're so close, we're best friends, so that no matter how mad we get at each other, how matter how aggressive we got in the fighting, at the end of it, we're brothers.
It's all
It's
good.
there's
Yeah.
nothing that could tear us apart. We've been through worse.
And see, there's the opposite side of the spectrum with that is like me and my homie had such like an understanding of where each other were at that during the the title fight and leading up to it, I was literally having to scream at my fucking buddy Joe. I'm like, bro, swing at me. Like I need you to fucking swing. Like I don't know what's coming at me. I need you to fucking hit me. And like he just it's like, oh, I want to take care of the homie, and then he fucking smacked the shit out of me. I'm like, all right, that was good. Thank you for faking me out. But there's like, you can't be too light with the shit. Like, you gotta, in all respect to anybody who's hopping in the ring. But I pray that the people that are fucking working with Illuminate the State strike him. I'm hoping that they're striking him. Because if he's willing to stay in the match and he's willing to keep going and he's willing to show more, like the last fight that he had with Slim, I think it was.
Yeah, Slim the Reaper.
Yeah. He did a lot better. He can take more strikes. So as long as you can continue to if your homie's showing up to the gym to want to fight, don't
Yeah, some
don't
of
be too
these
light all the time.
some
Strike
of
him a
these
little bit.
guys that are showing up to these street beefs events, and I'm not even gonna say no names. I'm not gonna call no one out or say anything rude, but like some of these guys that are showing up to the street beefs events, they need a hard spar before they decide to step into the ring and put themselves on YouTube,
Yeah.
because it's cool. It's cool. Like people want to step in and test themselves in the ring, and some people may not have the option to. Which I understand this. Some people may not have the type of people around them, but you can always go find someone to spar with. But I would tell anyone that's gonna go step in the street beast ring, before you do that and get on YouTube, and before you do that and get into someone that might want to hurt people, get a hard spar in before, so you can get that realism, because you need to knock the because if you haven't been in a real fight, you're not going to understand it, and it's not going to turn out very well for you. If it might not turn out well for you.
You got to get your
Facts.
bell rung at least once if you want to step in a fucking cage with somebody and
Hmm.
expect to
Yep.
ring that bell.
Hmm.
Don't let the Street Beast fight be your first fight ever.
Now I've
Yeah,
seen that. I've coached people
exactly.
for that, and I'm like, bro, this is you should come back. You should come back because I can see you got heart, but you shouldn't have shown up this week, and that's all. Like I'm glad that you did. I'm glad that you did because this might have been a learning experience. This might have been like oh I can show my girlfriend or my homies or whatever, but you can get yourself fucking hurt, dude. So like if
Mhm.
you like this shit, if you watch it, cool. I want you to come back, but train
Yeah.
your ass off.
Come
Like it's
come back with results, because one thing we don't want to see is someone reoccurringly catching L's,
yeah.
and you know, at that point you got to ask yourself, are you here to compete? Are you here to win? You know, can you compete? Some people just need a fight, and some people need to train. Some people need a gym home. Some people need, gym buddies. You know what I'm saying? Some people
Yeah.
just need to be active, and that's as far as, it goes. But like, if you're coming to fight, you need to be fighting.
Well, you need to be fighting. You need to be fighting before you're ready to fight in a cage.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
some people, they're honestly so beginner and they need more foundation because they're actually making it a little bit dangerous for their opponent. Their opponent might have their basics down, but this other person, they'll start getting hit. They'll freak out. They might headbutt you. They might elbow you in a boxing match. Just, just little things like that. It's dangerous because you need a foundation. You can't be headbutting your opponents
Yeah.
in a boxing match.
Yeah. Preparation is key, man. And being responsible about what it is we're signing up for. Again, you say you want to, show up to an event, you've signed up to fight. Well, that's a contract to some degree, and XYZ comes with that, you know. And are we going to show up responsibly, prepared, conditioned, ready, or are we not?
It's genuinely
you know,
crossed my mind on occasion if people just show up to get hit. Like if people just like being.
I think some people do. And, that goes back to, are you here to compete?
Yeah.
Because there are some people, you see them in a whole nother battle as they're getting punched on. They're going through something else.
Yeah,
Uh,
bro. And it's like you don't want to be in there, and I'm sorry, but
Mm.
I don't know.
yeah, that can be a tough one.
Yeah, that's a deep one.
Because it just on a certain sense it makes like I'm not gonna say it looks bad because nobody cares what somebody looks like or whatever, but like when you don't put in the effort and you continuously show up, it can reflect negatively on the branch as well.
Possible, but I think more so the individual. You know what I mean? Because ultimately, you're representing yourself as an individual first. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Before street beefs, So, uh, yeah, man. I mean, for me personally, I would look at it like how I'm representing myself, my fight team if I have one, my gym if I have one, and then my family. You know, uh, you know.
Yeah, showing up to the like 6 months later, a year later, and you look like you fight the same is not a good look for sure.
Yeah, but then you do see those guys who take the time out, who put in the hours, who find a gym, find a fight team, find a sparring partner, and then they come back and it's like, whoa, this
They
guy
get to be
really
a
is someone
monster.
else. Yeah. So, you get both stories.
Mm.
It's just we'd rather the latter,
Yeah, we all have it in us. Whoever's watching, you could really change your whole life around in 6 months, especially like at your fight career.
Yeah, I genuinely don't think he'd see the shit. But like the guy who fought Berchetti at the last event, Fidame, I think is what his name was. So long as he continued to show up and do the work, like he'd be good too.
That fight just dropped. I'm pretty sure. Not
Not
even.
that he wasn't. Not that he. That's not me saying that you weren't. I'm just saying you fuck. Keep the consistency up, bro. Do you want to be in there? Be in there. Be with it.
Mhm. Facts, man. So before we wrap, man, what is next for Dark for the people, for the fans watching?
So anybody who has followed and been around and shit understand that like I go to a little dork convention towards the end of the year. I'm gonna be out in Ohio in July. If you guys want to come out and see me, I'm more than happy to see you. My fight career specifically is gonna go January. I'm taking the time off till January. I'm gonna be working with the AZ fight team. Shout out Wedo. Thank you very much for having brought me in on the team. Thank you very. It's I'm honored, sir. Thank you. But all the rest of my AZ fight team, I can't wait to train with you guys. I know you guys have seen me in the cage. I've seen you all in the cage, and I can't wait to be around with you guys during our tournament. So that's going to be exciting. I plan on getting up to. I got 10 fights as of the kickboxing, so I'm trying to get at least 15 before the end of the year or before the end of 2026.
Okay.
Because I'm pretty wrapped up. Like most of the time, you guys would see me at a lot more events, but I've got a lot more stuff planned this year, unfortunately. So you guys might see me a little less, but I'm still with it. If I can get something figured out and we can get a situation where I'm not busy, like I know April, July, I'm not even gonna be in the state. So January, if I can make it, March, I'm gonna make it up to a couple events this year. I'm gonna do my damnedest, and we'll get it. I'm trying to get more 5, 6, if possible 7 more fights. By the end of the 2026, trying to get it.
Sounds good, man. Sounds good. Definitely, we'll be looking forward to that. And then, like you mentioned, the tournament, the big dog tournament going down next year, with the belt on the line. That's going to be something to see. And yeah, man, looking forward to that for
So
sure.
the belt being on the line, I have to look further, but I don't think outside of Nevada, because we had some cats in Nevada that fought at the 50th that are closer to the 125, but the belt would the the belt for the 125 is not up, right? It's going to be the new belt for the tournament, correct?
It's the big dog tournament belt.
Yeah.
It's
They're
for
two
30
separate
boxing,
things. I
right?
wanted to clarify that because I was a
Have you
little
have you have
misunderstood.
you seen the belt? You haven't seen the
Yeah,
belt?
I seen the belt. I seen the belt. I was just
Okay.
misunderstanding of whether or not all belts were on the line.
No. This is a specific tournament, and then that's a specific belt that was specifically made. Where
It's like
whereas
a team belt, right?
that
Yes.
that I don't know the specifications on, but that belt for sure is specific to the winner of that tournament. And
Okay.
whereas other belts, you don't really get to keep those belts. This
Yeah.
belt is going to be someone's going to own this belt. So
Fuck yeah.
yeah, yeah. But Deploy, did you have any final questions for Dark before we close?
Um, seem to cover mostly everything that I was thinking of. Other than that, no, I don't think so. I'm just excited to see you fight more dark, and I think 15 is a great goal. Me personally, I might get another 5 in and then stop it there for street beefs. But yeah, I'm excited. Maybe we might be able to be one of each other's 5 there. So I think that would be cool to end it off maybe with getting another rematch in.
Get a good rematch in. Make
I think that's
sure.
something we've talked about, and I think you would be a very formidable opponent again to have. But yeah,
Hey, all respect. There's been a little bit of a crave for multiple rematches. So I've obviously me and you have had our conversations about looking forward to that and kind of waiting for the right time for that. So
yeah.
we will we'll end up doing that in 2026. No, before you end
Come
up wrapping it up with
on,
street beefs.
nice. Yes,
Let's get it
sir.
done.
After the tournament, because for
We're
right
we're
now
we're,
we're
we're yeah.
teammates.
We
We're
got
teammates
this.
now. But after the tournament, maybe for the anniversary event,
That'll be
I'm
tight.
thinking that would be pretty cool.
That'd be
That'd be
tight.
dope.
Au- August 2026. Let's go. Ha. That'd be
That'd be
cool.
dope. That'd be dope. Well, shoot, Dark. If there's any shout outs, any plugins, now would be the time, brother.
Yeah. Shout out fucking my buddy Brian Lynn over at Carver Customs. He's gonna be having CarverCon out here in July the 11th in Newark, Ohio. We'll see you fuckers out there if you wanna. If not, fuck off. No, I'm just playing. Follow me on Instagram if you want to see. It's more fight related now. Like I made my page more specific to my fight shit, but I still have all my dorky stuff up. So at Darks Collection if you want to follow. And peace, love, and fucking we'll see you guys next time, no?
Yes, sir. We appreciate you coming on, man. It's been a great show.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
We enjoyed this. So it's great talking to you guys for sure.
Hey, man. I appreciate your time, brother. You've been great. We had a phenomenal show, and definitely going to have you come back on for your own episode in the future, brother.
Nice. Thank you, Samke.
Any shout outs or plugins you want to do?
If you guys want to follow my Instagram, it's _DPLOY for D-Ploy _DPLOY_. So that's my
Awesome. And I don't know if you knew about this, D-Ploy, but we have a special video that we're gonna play right here at the end. But before we show the video, you know, we gotta end things the right way. In Jay's famous words, one world, one love, deuces. That's not dark.
Got no Holbrook, Arizona. Holbrook Roadrunners.
Fight hard, study well.
It's the second video. It's the spar.
Must be masters of the art of peace in addition to the art of war. I love the Chinese with this black.
Dark is super explosive.